self-love. And I think it's really the foundation to everything, to having a better life. Because when we have self-love, right, it helps up level our emotional frequency, our emotional vibration, where we really love ourselves. What I know is that when we're vibrating at really lower vibrational frequencies like shame and anger, in fact, shame is the lowest one. In fact, it resonates at about what, 20 hertz, I guess it is. And it literally keeps us stuck. It's such a low vibration that it keeps us stuck.
So, you said it's hard to even understand what self-love is. You talked a little bit about shame. So, what types of things can trigger us to realize we're not operating in that self-love?
Well, those critical voices that we have,
Mhm.
those little things that go off in our head. And I think it wasn't until I actually started to do the work around identifying what the lies were that I was telling myself,
Mhm.
and some of the behaviors that were kind of really out of alignment. Like, have you ever had, especially around money? Money's one of those things that we all have like issues around.
Right. Right.
It's where we have great intentions, but then all of a sudden something happens in our life, and we run off and we spend all our money to buy these beautiful things to fill a void. How do I get that need met? We don't even go to fixing yet. We just go to I wonder how. And what happens if you're listening, your creativity will kick in, and suddenly, your creativity or something from the other field will kick in, and it will start outlining for you what you could do, what you could do. And then now that you've got that, now you're ready to take action, right?
Right.
Because now you've got steps what you can do. The other thing that I learned in my coaching was something, and I think, Margaret, from, you're talking about, it almost sounded like you have the perfectionist, which is one of mine. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I still catch myself, but I catch myself. It's faster now, right? I don't spend days agonizing over it. I just like, ooh, there that is right there. She showed up again. Okay, well, what's she trying to tell me? Is I learned a process called composting and harvesting.
Mm.
Mhm.
And it's where, when something went really wrong,
Mhm.
you kind of go in and you pull out all the things that did go right,
Mhm.
because we tend to look at just the bad stuff, but
Right.
Yep.
right. And then we take the stuff that didn't look right, that didn't work out right, and we look at it and we say, well, we're going to compost it. We're just going to give it to Mother Earth and let her turn it into, transmute it.
Yeah.
But what did we learn? What could we do better next time? We get another chance. We're still here. And it's not the end of the world, even though it may often feel that way.
Me, I want to clear some things up before we
Okay.
go, because you said that you had twins on your own. So can you, for the audience, clarify what does having twins on your own mean? Because I don't want anybody to think that there was a man in your life and he disappeared.
Yeah, I know. I've had people say that. Oh, that wasn't very nice of him disappearing. No, 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 no. I did IVF, and I ended up having to use donor eggs and sperm. So I had their basically test tube babies. I call them my designer guys. I call them my
Love
designer
it.
guys because I got to pick the donors,
Oh,
Mhm.
right, and
awesome.
created them. And because of all the wonderful information I had been given about having healthy children,
Mhm.
was um, I was able to create these really, they call them grade 10 embryo.
Mhm.
So embryos are rated from 1 to 10. Well, they were 10s. And
Okay.
so,
Okay.
yeah, so when they were implanted, the doctor said, oh no, here comes your family, because, you know, I almost implanted 3, but, something at the last minute went, whoa.
It's slow down.
Slow down, slow down. Ooh.
But when I sold my house, it gave me the opportunity to have some extra capital, which I was able to invest in some real training. And so that's when I started doing work with Claire Zammit, Dr. Claire Zammit, who has a program that at the time she called it the Feminine Power Transformational Life Coaching. She has a new name for it now, but that's who I did my work with. And it's very steeped in meditation because we can't get to this stuff from our head. It is, I think it's the awareness, like you need to kind of be in the awareness and just learn to be, recognizing that there is a conflict and just kind of breathing into it. And then even asking yourself, is that the truth?
Right.
Right.
Is
Right.
that really the truth? What I'm telling myself?
What I found works best is that then I'll kind of almost go back and forth with myself and tell myself, well, if that's the case, it's just going to be this way, and this is us, and we're going to move forward.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I have to handle myself, and that's the thing. I would never let anyone treat me the way that I treat me. And so sometimes I have to handle myself the same way.
Yeah.
Tell me, we're going to be nice and we're going to respect ourselves.
Well, great awareness. I just want to celebrate you for, being aware. I mean, that's the first stage, right? That's the
Yes.
first
Yes.
one.
First aid,
Yeah.
Thank you.
definitely.